Morning and happy February, everyone. So today I am asking Ozenan to just give us kind of like a forecast for February, an energetic forecast. I'm not someone who likes to ask for a lot of like predictions in my channeling and in my spiritual work. At least not the what we imagine as predictions, like the fortune teller type predictions, like this will happen. But I do think that we can get a very powerful forecast of the energies of the month and how those will be affecting us personally and maybe as a collective. We'll see what Ozenan brings through, but Ozenan mostly focuses on how the energies affect us personally. All right, so I'm going to bring Ozenan through and just see what's going on in February for all of us. Yes, we are here and we are pleased to speak with you on this topic. Your month of February in the year of 2024 in your human timeline. This month is pivotal. Although what we would like to say is that every month of your 2024 is going to be pivotal in different ways, but this month is pivotal to you sinking in more deeply to yourself. And what we mean by this is that the month of February is a time when you are going to be fine-tuning, honing, getting in touch with your deep inner world more deeply. And we would like to be more specific about this. This is a month when it will no longer be possible for you to ignore your inner world. If there is a part of you that you have been avoiding, ignoring, pushing away, pushing into a back closet of your mind, this part of you can no longer be ignored in the month of February. And if you try to continue ignoring it, it is going to push and try to get your attention in all sorts of ways that will make you unable to ignore it. So one thing that we would recommend every single one of you do this month is take a moment early in the month, if possible, to sit quietly with yourself. Ask yourself, what have I been avoiding within my inner world? You can ask this question out loud or inside of your head. And then one way to receive this answer from your higher self or your soul is to automatically write whatever comes through. And what we mean by automatically write is open up a journal or a piece of paper and write and write and write and write, not censoring or even really thinking about what you are writing. When you read this back, you may be surprised at what comes through. And then we would ask that you look at this writing, or if you have not written, perhaps you have a strong connection with your intuition already, and this has come through in images or sounds or feelings or knowings. We would ask that you go back and then consider this part of myself that I have been avoiding or pushing away. How can I connect with it? How can I look right at it? And we know that this can be challenging or even painful in many situations. There is a reason that this part of you has been pushed to the side, that you have avoided it. But we encourage you to be brave, dear ones, and to connect with this part of you that you have not wished to see fully, that you have not wished to connect with head on. Because by doing this, you will save yourself a lot of challenge. You will save yourself some of the obstacles that may come up in your life as your soul makes this part of you louder and louder, trying to get your attention, because that is how it works when we ignore or repress a part of ourselves. This part will become louder and louder and louder This part of you will come knocking and knocking and knocking until it is noticed, until you pay attention to it or hear it. This is how your inner world works. Another thing to keep in mind is that this month, your inner world is being reflected out into your external reality. This is always the truth. We want to emphasize this. However, this month, it may become more obvious. So we would ask that when you are presented with a challenge in this month, maybe the challenge is something small. Maybe the challenge is something big. We would ask that you take a moment to ask yourself the question, what is this challenge trying to tell me? What is this challenge trying to tell me? We would not go so far as to say that you should ask yourself, how is this challenge for me? Because for some of you, this would be a great stretch. And we do not wish for you to get into resistance. Instead, ask yourself, what is this challenge trying to tell me? No matter how hard, painful, difficult it feels, it is likely that you will be able to ask yourself that question. What is this challenge trying to tell me? And be quite honest with yourself. Be quite honest with yourselves, dear one, because this challenge is trying to tell you something, and your honesty with yourself will allow you to see what the challenge is telling you. It will allow this part of you to be heard, and it will allow you to move through the challenge much more quickly. Yes, okay. We would like to move on to the next theme of this month, and this is self-support, self-first. This is going to be an important month for you to begin releasing your patterns of oversharing, overgiving, over-empathizing. And what we mean by this is putting the feelings, the needs, the expectations of others above your own. Now, this can happen in big, obvious ways, but it can also happen in bitty little ways. For instance, when someone in your family asks you to do something that you truly do not feel like doing at this time, or that you truly do not have time or capacity for at this time, but you say yes anyway because you have a deep discomfort with disappointing those close to you. We would ask that this month you begin to notice this. Perhaps you're already noticing this in your reality, but this month we would ask that you notice it even more, and that you begin to do the uncomfortable thing and say no when no is your true, authentic answer. This is very important in this month because you are being prepared for the expansion that is coming in the later months of 2024. This early part of your year of 2024 is preparing you for the expansion and the shifts that are coming this year. And dear ones, we would like to emphasize these shifts and expansions are coming. There is no stopping them at this point. If you are listening to this message, that is the timeline that you are on. It is the timeline that you have chosen for yourself. And it is a beautiful, beautiful timeline to be on. And this timeline will require change. It will require change, dear ones. You are ready for this change, even if there is a part of you, a part of your psyche, perhaps you will call this your ego, that is resistant to the change. You are ready. Push the edges of what you feel ready for what your psyche feels ready for this month, and lean in to the things about you that you have been afraid of, that you have been unwilling to face before, because these parts of yourself are actually gateways to your shifting, to your expansion, to peace and personal power in your existence. We would also like to bring through one more message about February of 2024 on your timeline. And this is that the earth is becoming louder. The earth is becoming louder, and you can harness this communication with your home planet by choosing to communicate with her on a daily basis. Now, this can be done in many, many different ways. A simple practice is to walk outside with your shoes off. We understand that not all of you are in an environment where this will be very easy to do, as some of you are in your winter months and it is extremely cold. Another way that you can do this is connect with a plant inside of your home. Take a moment to touch this plant. You could even go so far as to kiss this plant or put your face next to this plant and take a moment to receive what the earth is sending to you through this plant. Another way that you can do this is by connecting to the powerful natural consciousness on your planet. One of the consciousnesses that you could do this with is the whale consciousness, as we have mentioned in a past message. Whale consciousness is a powerful portal to earth consciousness at this time, and whale consciousness is acting as a bridge between humans and the message of Gaia at this time. However you choose to connect with the earth this month, it will benefit you greatly to include this in your daily activities, in your daily practice. The earth is ready to help you heal because the earth is healing herself. The earth is no longer willing to sit back and sit by as she is injured. She is now speaking out in a powerful way with her energy, and leaning into this and receiving that energy will benefit every human moving forward. Again, there will not truly be a choice here. If you do not choose to connect with the earth will still be making herself louder and louder and louder so that humans begin to listen. And we do not say this in order to instill fear at all. You are children of the earth. You are supported and loved by the earth. And as the earth makes herself louder and more clear with you, the humans of this planet, it will benefit humanity greatly. And she is doing this from a place of love, a place of true connection and creation. And with this, we are complete. We thank you with love. Okay, great. Well, I will listen back to this. There were some things that came through that I remember that I know that I want to integrate into my February. Thank you so much for being here. If you are enjoying these videos, if you're finding value, please like and subscribe. That'll let you know when the videos come out, and it will also let other people discover these videos for themselves. If you would like to work with me, head to the description box below and click the links. There are many ways to do so. And have a beautiful February, everyone. Sending you lots of love.